Welcome to this place, I show you where. Okay guys, so I'm gonna do a quick what I eat in a day, and I'm just gonna film what I eat in an easy way. Oops. 2 pieces of Dave's Good Seed bread because it has a lot of seeds and fiber and stuff. I'm also gonna have some Greek yogurt, extra source of protein. 1 cup of this is 23 grams of protein with 0 grams of fat and only 7 carbs because it's not sweetened. I like to sweeten it with strawberries. Sometimes I'll add Splenda if I can't handle the tartness. And I also add a secret ingredient. A little crumble of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It's better, it has better macros than granola, but I think it also tastes better. So granola usually for the same serving size has like 38 grams of carbohydrates and like 6 or 7 grams of fat, whereas Cinnamon Toast Crunch is 3 grams of fat, 25 carbohydrates per serving, and guess what? I'm only having half of a serving, maybe even a quarter of a serving, so it's not even gonna equate to that. So hey, why not treat yourself? So I'm not super keen on doing these what I eat in a day videos because of the fact that I eat whatever I'm craving that's within the realms of like my guidelines that I'm following. I'm not tracking macros. I've been taking a break. I'm gonna get back on it in January, maybe towards the end of this month, but I do still try to get a pretty low amount of fat, a good amount of protein, and a decent amount of carbs before my workouts. So I try to have most of my carbs around my workouts if possible, and since I'm gonna go work out, I know that eggs have a bit of fat in them with the yolk, but I do feel good when I have a few eggs and some Greek yogurt before a workout because the Greek yogurt doesn't have any fat at all. And the reason why I say that is because when you have too many carbs and fats combined before a workout, it can actually hurt your performance and your results and all that stuff. So that's why I kind of try to avoid it. Sorry, I'm petting Nala.
You'll never believe it. I have to tell you about Alex.
Okay, I'm on my way into the gym. I usually get bangs, but I'm gonna get something different. I haven't had this. This is the Rockstar with 300 milligrams of caffeine, no sugar, cotton candy flavored, 0 calories per can. I usually get bang because they have like creatine and other supposed things in them, and I like them, but they didn't have the ones that I wanted, the flavors that I wanted, so I just got something new. So I'm gonna go on a live on Instagram to taste test it. Probably already saw that. I also picked up a gallon of water because I find that when you have water on hand, you're more likely to drink more water. And I usually don't finish a gallon out of this. I'm not gonna lie, I'll do like most of it, but sometimes I'll finish it. Just depends on if I keep it next to me. Okay, I have my headphones in and I'm listening to Cuban radio. I'm random, guys. I'll be listening to country. Some days I'll be listening to Ratchet. Some days I'll be listening to Disney. Some days I'll be listening to Cuban radio. Whatever. So, I'm not super warmed up, so I'm actually going to do kettlebell swings, and I'm going to show you how to, I guess, make sure your body's positioned if you're going to try this, because you can get hurt if you are doing it improperly. And remember, the kettlebell shouldn't be weightless, so that means you're not using your weight to lift it up, you're using momentum to bring it up. Okay? So this is gonna be the progression, or the form that you should be in, and then I'm just gonna go into my kettlebell swings. And I'm gonna pair the kettlebell swings with walking lunges, and I'm gonna do back and legs today because I didn't work out for 2 or 3 days, so I need to catch up. Okay, so the reason why I'm doing this is because when you start going into kettlebell swings, you want to make sure that this is the way that your back is and that you're hinging at the hips and pushing your butt back with a slight bend in your knees. So when you're doing the movement, your back should never be rounded, your knees should not bend too much, and you want to use the momentum of your hip thrust to bring the kettlebell up. Now I'm going to show you how many one set is for me. I usually do 25 at a time, but if you feel that this is too hard to do, you can split them up even more and do more like 10 to 15 at a time. It's super important to bend and snap. That's right, you heard me. Bend and snap. You don't want to use your arm muscles to lift the kettlebell. Walking lunges. So with no rest, we're jumping right into walking lunges, and I'm holding a barbell overhead. I did increase the weight in my next sets, but I wanted to warm up with a lighter 20-pound barbell. And the reason why I'm holding it over my head this way with my arms fully locked out is so that I can get a little bit more core action and practice my core stability. I am practicing overhead movements such as overhead squats and things such as that. But don't do this if you don't feel like you can balance while lunging. So I'm going to go back into my kettlebell swings, and I'll probably do about 5 sets. If you notice, I'm stepping out a little wider, and that's just because I'm trying to get a different area of my hamstrings, glutes. Supposedly, like, the way that you step, whether it be more narrow or more wide, does affect the angle in which you hit the muscle, so I do go a little wider. Now I'm going to be probably doing a total of 125 kettlebell swings. To me, it feels a little easy because I did a kettlebell swing challenge where I was trying to do 300 a day for a month, but I only made it to about a week and a half. But that really did like make kettlebell swings easier for me. So I'm using a 35-pound kettlebell, but it's easy when you're doing it properly. You can do it with one hand because it doesn't even, you don't feel the weight. Your arms are like strings, they're like rope. The biggest mistake I see people make is they lift the kettlebell like this. Slowly. Big no-no. So I'm going to demonstrate how the kettlebell should look when it's weightless. So this is a 35-pound kettlebell, but I have no problem just switching between arms and doing it with one arm because my arms are like ropes with a hook. I'm not using any of my muscles. I'm using momentum to swing the kettlebell, and that's how you want to do it. So I will not go into the full set right here because that would just be a very long video, or maybe I did. I don't really remember, but we're just gonna make this the last clip of kettlebell swings, although I did complete 5 sets of 25. Back to lunging. Okay, so I just finished 5 sets of each of those supersetting. I consider that kind of a warm-up. So I'm now gonna go to leg press, but today I'm kind of trying to work on higher volume, higher sets. So I'm gonna do lighter weights, and there are days when I do less sets, and those are the days when I do heavier weights. That's how I keep my workouts changing. That's how I keep my body guessing and continue to make it harder and progress. Okay, so here I'm going to do this style of training, which is 8 by 8. So I'm not going to superset, but I'm going to do 8 reps and 8 sets. And the key thing is that you only rest for 10 seconds in between, and that's what makes it really hard. If you wait any longer than that, it's not hard at all. So weight is moderate on here. I don't know how much the machine weighs, but it's definitely not weightless. It's kind of heavy, and I added plates to each side. So, woo! Okay, slide into that easy. So with these ones, you want to get a good amount of depth. Of course, this weight isn't super hard at first, but by going 8 sets, only 10 seconds of rest and 8 reps, it gets hard real quick. Trust me. So if you're used to, pushing a lot of weight, bring your weight down a percentage, maybe 25% up to 50%, because this method is hard. And I just want to show you in real time the amount of rest you get. It's literally that, and then you're back into it. So you're doing that 8 times, and best believe by your 3rd time, you're going to start to feel it. So I'm going to do 5 more sets of that and move on to the next thing. But I'm not going to film it all because that would be a really long, boring video. Okay, same thing. I'm gonna do an 8 by 8 here. So 8 reps, 8 sets, 10 seconds of rest in between, and then I'm gonna move on to back. So just a little bit of everything. I don't have too much time left to work out, so I'm already kind of sweating, so I just dry myself up in between sets. I don't like being all wet. These ones tend to feel awkward the first time you do them, but if you're good at hip hinging, which I urge you to practice, which is basically pushing your butt back and hinging at the hips instead of using your knees in a squatting position. You are just hinging at the hips, grounding your feet, pushing your butt back, and you are contracting your glutes as you come down and squeezing as you come up. So I'm feeling it hardcore here in my glutes, but if you're not doing it properly, you won't feel it. Creative night with on bottle pound under the sunlight. Alright, now we're going to do back. We're supersetting rope base pulls and band assisted pull-ups. Going into back now. I hope you understand. The song came out when I was like 6. Reminds me of my Nina. I love her a lot. She liked this song, I think. Or it was on in her car or something. Sorry, Nina, if you don't like the song. Under all the sunlight, welcome to this place. I show you where. This is another movement you might feel more comfortable doing on a machine, an assisted pull-up machine. I personally like the bands. I find them more challenging, and you're able to pick different thicknesses of bands. So the thicker the band, the more help it gives you. The thinner the band, the less help it gives you. Feel a little weak sauce right now. It's been a minute. So with these, I'm gonna come back. You can do this move from multiple angles, so you can be doing it from the ground, you can be doing it like mid-back. I am doing this one for right now, and I feel this mostly in my upper back. I am squeezing hard. So I'm going to go back and forth between those two. Okay, so as I mentioned before, today I'm not doing like a super heavy day. I more just want to move today because I am going to hit weights later this week for upper body and back and stuff. So here's another 2 exercises I'm going to do. These are cool because they can be as hard as you need them to be. If you're super strong, you can just walk super far down at a diagonal and they'll be hard. But if they're hard for you, you can walk up and be at a slight angle and just work your way down. I'm going to show you guys these from a different angle. So basically with these, you want to squeeze your back and keep your body flat. The further you walk down, like so the more at a slant you are, the harder it is. So if it's easy, you just got to slant more. So I'm going to demonstrate here kind of how to do it. I was talking, but it was really hard to hear me, so I'm just going to record a voiceover. So basically, the further down you walk at an angle, the harder it is. But you also want to try to keep your body flat like a plank and don't noodle like I just did like that, because that's not good. You'll hurt yourself. So if it's too hard right there, you can always walk up and work your way down as mentioned before. So I'm going to be doing this and superset it with... Again, this is just another variation of an inverted, like bent over row. That'll kind of give you the same feeling. I like this one. I feel like it's super challenging and it feels really good. Just doing what I can there and going back to the T-Rex thing. Now, I wouldn't consider this like a super tough workout, and I don't do this every week, but sometimes when I'm feeling like I haven't moved for a while, I like to do things that are like higher volume, less heavyweight focus, and then by tomorrow I'm feeling like back into the swing of my regular routine, if that makes sense. Okay, that's the end of today's workout. They're all different. I mean, I think that it's better to keep your body moving, and sometimes if you're not feeling it, just make yourself sweat a little bit. I'm doing it today. I feel really good, and I'm ready to lift some heavier weights tomorrow. So